In a prosperous kingdom, surrounded by lush forests and flowing rivers, there lived a powerful king named Oba Aderemi. He was a wise ruler, respected and loved by his people, and his palace was renowned for its grandeur. But what made the king truly famous were the king's 3 daughters, each more beautiful than the last. The eldest daughter, Aduni, was thinkily beautiful with long dark hair and eyes that sparkled like stars. She was elegant and graceful. She possessed a cold and calculating heart. The middle daughter, Arike, had a beauty that rivaled her sisters, with a radiant smile and a voice that could charm anyone. However, Arike was equally proud and vain, always seeking to outshine others. The youngest daughter, Morilola, was not only the most beautiful, but also the kindest. Her beauty was unmatched. Her skin was smooth as silk. Her eyes were like pools of clear water, and her smile could lighten up the darkest room. But it was her heart that made her truly special. Morilola was gentle, compassionate, and beloved by all who knew her. She spent her days helping the poor, tending to the sick, and caring for animals in the kingdom. The people adored her, and she was the pride of the king. As the daughters grew older, suitors from far and wide came to seek their hands in marriage. Kings, princes, and noblemen from distant lands arrived with gifts and promises, hoping to win the favor of the king's daughters. Adoni and Arike revealed in their attention, each trying to outdo the other in attracting the most powerful and wealthy suitors. But Morilola, despite her many admirers, was not swayed by wealth or power. She believed in true love and hoped to marry a man who was kind, just, and of pure heart. The elder sisters, consumed by jealousy, began to despise Morilola. They could not bear the thought of their younger sister being more admired and loved than they were. Their envy grew until it turned into hatred, and they devised a wicked plan to rid themselves of Morilola once and for all. In the dark of the night, the 2 sisters visited a notorious witch who lived deep in the forest, known for her evil powers and dark magic. They begged the witch to help them, offering her gold and jewels in exchange for her services. The witch, intrigued by their malice, agreed to their request. She concocted the powerful potion and cast a spell on Morilola, transforming her into a snake. The next morning, when the palace servant went to wake Morilola, they found her bed empty. A snake slithered away into the forest, leaving no trace of the beloved princess. The kingdom was thrown into mourning, believing that Morilola had been taken by an evil spirit. The king was devastated. But despite extensive searches, Morilola could not be found. For years, Morilola lived in the forest as a snake. Though she was trapped in a reptilian form, her kind heart remained. She could understand the language of the animals and often helped them in times of need, even though they feared her snake form at first. As time passed, Morilola became a protector of the forest, ensuring that no harm came to the creatures that dwelled there. The animals soon realized that this snake was not like the others. It was gentle, and they came to respect her as their guardian. One day, a young man named Ajani, known for his honesty, bravery, and pure heart, decided to venture into the forest. He was not a prince or a nobleman, but a simple farmer who lived a modest life in a nearby village. Ajani had heard stories of the enchanted forest, and the mysterious snake that protected it, and his curiosity led him to explore the woods. As Ajani wandered through the forest, he noticed that the animals behaved strangely around him. Bears chirped warning, and rabbits darted in and out of the bushes as if trying to lead him away. Undeterred, Ajani continued deeper into the forest until he came to a small clearing where the sunlight filtered through the trees. There, in the center of the clearing, was the snake. But this was no ordinary snake. It was as white as snow, with eyes that glowed a soft blue, and it moved with a grace that Ajani had never seen in any creature before. Instead of fear, Ajani felt a strange sense of peace in the snake's presence. The snake, sensing Ajani's goodness, approached him cautiously. To Ajani's surprise, the snake began to transform before his eyes. Slowly, the scale turned to smooth skin, and the snake grew taller, taking the form of a beautiful woman. When the transformation was complete, Ajani stood face to face with Morilola. Morilola explained her plight, telling Ajani of the curse that had been placed upon her by her jealous sisters. She revealed that the only way to break the spell was for a man of pure heart to marry her without knowing her true form. Ajani, moved by her story and her gentle spirit, declared his love for Morilola and vowed to marry her. The couple returned to the kingdom, where Ajani introduced Morilola as his bride. The king, overjoyed to see his beloved daughter again, welcomed Ajani with open arms and granted him the honor of marrying Morilola. On their wedding day, as they exchanged vows, the curse was broken. Morilola's transformation became permanent, and she returned to her human form forever. The kingdom celebrated the return of their princess with great joy. The elder sisters, who had hoped that Morilola would never return, were exposed for their treachery. As punishment, they were banished from the kingdom, left to wander the wilderness alone, carrying the weight of their jealousy and bitterness. Morilola and Ajani lived happily ever after, ruling the kingdom with wisdom and kindness. Their love story became legendary, a tale of true love triumph over envy and the power of a pure heart.